It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you, whether you're here in person or watching our live stream, to the swearing in of Lord Sales as Deputy President of this court and of Lord Doherty as a Justice of the court. A special welcome is given to Lady Sales and Lady Doherty and to the many other members of Lord Sales's and Lord Doherty's families and their friends, including 18-month-old Nola, who's making her presence felt. It's also a particular pleasure to welcome the Lady Chief Justice and the Master of the Rolls, the Chancellor of the High Court, the President of the Family Division, other senior judges from England and Wales and from Scotland, the Attorney General, the Lord Advocate, and the Solicitor General for Scotland, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Justice, former justices, and the many others who have taken the trouble to attend this ceremony. Many of you will be familiar with the ceremony you're about to witness, but for those not familiar with it, it's relatively simple, but no less important for that. After some introductory words about them, Lord Sales and Lord Doherty will each in turn be invited to take the oaths required by law. First, the oath of allegiance to His Majesty the King, and secondly, the judicial oath. You may have noticed it etched on the glass screen in the entrance hall as you came into the building. It reminds the members of the court every day of the oath that they've taken to uphold judicial independence and impartiality. Lord Sales and Lord Doherty will then sign the oaths book, which is our permanent record of the oaths that have been taken. I'll then present each of them with the letters patent recording their appointment by His Majesty the King. I'll also invite Lord Doherty to assume the robes of a Justice of the Supreme Court, and I'll then invite them to take their seat on the bench. First, I'd like to say something about Lord Sales and about the role he's taking on as Deputy President. Lord Sales was educated at Cambridge, where he obtained a first in law, and then at Oxford, where he did the BCL. He practiced at the bar for 22 years and was the first Treasury Counsel, in other words, the government's principal counsel in England and Wales, representing the Crown in major public law cases and advising ministers. This important position involves not only acting in high-profile cases and providing leadership to the government's response to litigation, but also influencing the development of public law. Philip was then appointed to the bench in 2008 and assigned to the Chancery Division, also working in the Administrative Court and the Patent Court, also working as a member of the Competition Appeal Tribunal and as the Vice President of the Investigatory Powers Tribunal. He was promoted to the Court of Appeal in 2014 and appointed to this court in 2019. His energy and clarity of thought have made him an influential and highly respected member of the court, even if he's also our most prolific dissenter. His judgments in the area of public law in particular are recognized in common law jurisdictions around the world as an important contribution to that area of the law. He's also the only member of this court to have been an answer on the television quiz show Celebrity Pointless, with a 0 for public recognition. As Deputy President, Lord Sales will share responsibility with me for presiding in hearings, for approving the panels of judges assigned to decide appeals and applications for permission to appeal, and for providing guidance and leadership not only to our judicial colleagues, but also to the administrative staff of the court. He'll take on responsibility in particular for the court's international relations, a major function as we receive around 50 delegations a year from courts and governments overseas, and we also send our own judges to take part in numerous engagements in other countries, often because those countries want to learn from the way we do things here. I'm very much looking forward to working with Lord Sales in his new capacity as Deputy President of the Court. So, Lord Sales, I now invite you to take the oath required by law.
I, Philip James Sales, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, according to law. I, Philip James Sales, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that I will well and truly serve our Sovereign King Charles III in the office of Deputy President of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, and I will do right to all manner of people after the laws and usages of this realm, without fear or favour, affection or ill will.
I now invite you to sign the oath book. I now have great pleasure in presenting you with the letters patent recording your appointment.
Thank you.
I now invite you to take your seat on the bench as Deputy President of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom.